I'm Jill Barnhard. I'm a Service Coordinator 3 for County Connections Service Coordination Program. We do service coordination for 7 counties in Northeast Missouri, and I serve as more of a mentor. I carry a small caseload, but I go out and mentor the other service coordinators in the Charting the LifeCourse tools.
My name is Molly Ekman. I work for County Connections, and we're a service coordination entity that serves 7 counties. Primarily my job there is to do quality assurance, but I also do service coordination. I have used the LifeCourse booklet, the Daily Life and Experience booklet, with both individuals on a one-on-one basis as well as a group, and then also with their families too. The ages have kind of ranged from 14 to 22, but I've also done a little bit younger and a little bit older.
Generally, when I use the LifeCourse tool booklet, I use it with the individual students. I've been teaching a job club at 2 local schools where we go out with students. They're between probably 14 to 18. And I've done the whole booklet with them, and then generally I take it out to the families and discuss the students' goals with the families to kind of let them know what their individual wants in life. That's helped change some of their perceptions and helps the student to have a piece of paper to look at and show their family instead of just trying to go over a general in their head what their goal is. This booklet has really helped the students discover what type of employment they're looking for. A lot of them usually know they want some type of job, but they have no idea what specific career they want, or they think they want to be a doctor, but they don't know the steps that they're going to take to get there. So putting it as their goal and then helping them think about what steps they can take now has been really helpful. They go out. I've had students that have started volunteering now because they know that's a step towards their career. Or if they think they want to be a doctor, then they go and they volunteer, say, in a nursing home, because we're a small community. That's really all we have. And then they realize they don't like it at all, and then we redo their goals and try to find something else that they'd like to do.
It definitely has changed the thought of what families think they want. When I worked with families, they have a vision. They imagine what the individual would do for their life, what their vision for the individual's good life was. And what I found when using this is that the individuals often think quite differently from what their parents think or the other supporters think. They have a different vision for themselves. Although the families know what's best way to support them and how to help them the most, sometimes they're not on the same page. So using this tool to be able to jot down, what's important to the individual and what's important to the family, it's able to kind of get on the same page.
When I walk through the booklet, I usually try to do it with the individual. It definitely depends on how well I know that person. A lot of the students I worked with through the job club, I didn't know beforehand. So I like to start with that 1-page profile because it helped me get to know them, let me know what's important to them, some of their strengths. And then from that, we were able to do the trajectory and really build upon their strengths and interests. Instead of, when I start first with the trajectory, sometimes they don't know those big goals, those big vision of their life. The other thing that I do, I like to use it along with the Focus on Transition booklet. It helps me find different questions to help them reach their goals on the trajectory. And then we work through the packet that way. I've utilized a lot of resources on our Missouri Career Source website as well to help them explore their career interests before starting the support star at the end.
I've definitely had success when using this tool. I had an individual that I hadn't worked with very long. I really didn't know a whole lot about him. And he came to me and said, I want competitive employment. I want a job that I feel valued, that I have the supports I need. This individual has a lot of supervision needs, a lot of oversight needs, but he was able to say what he did want. He just didn't like doing it to a crowd of people. So when meeting with him, we sat down and we worked on that trajectory and we wrote it all out, what he wants, what he doesn't want, what steps he needs to take there, what his history for employment has been. And then we got done and he just kind of folded that paper up and stuck it in his wallet. So I thought, okay, well, I guess he's not going to use this. And then about, I don't know, a couple weeks later, I went to a vocational rehabilitation meeting with him, with VR and his some of his natural supporters, and also with learning opportunities. And he pulled out that paper, and it was kind of wadded up from in his wallet. He just took it out, he set it on the table, and he said, you know, we've already discussed what I want for employment, and I want everybody to look at this, and this is who I am, and this is what I want. So him taking ownership in the trajectory and making it his own was just humbling. It was wonderful to see it happen like that.
One success that I've had, I started working with an individual 2 years ago when we started the Charting the LifeCourse tools. He was 14, and the family thought he would just go right into sheltered workshop, and so did the school. They thought that was the route he needed to take. He was nonverbal with autism. After using the LifeCourse trajectory is what I started with him, we kind of altered that perception of the parents. They realized he might not be able to work full-time, but he could have a job in the community making minimum wage. With that trajectory, we kind of developed a support star as well, and then we took it to the school. The school actually bought in really quickly. They're helping him do volunteer activities within their school day. They take him out of the school and do that. He's also volunteering this summer in a summer program. Lastly, it also helped the school realize they need to do that with other students. So now the school is developing a program that they're starting fall of 2016, where they're going to let students with IEPs go out with support staff and work competitive employment for 1 to 2 hours of their school day every day.
I would suggest that for teachers or schools, when using the Daily Life and Employment booklet, to bring this out during the transition period. You know, what is the individual going to do the exact day that that bus stops coming? What's going to be their plan? Because if that's not figured out from high school, then it's going to be really hard to figure out afterwards. And then with the employment specialist, I would suggest looking at what questionnaires and what intake packets you have, and then using the integrated support star for kind of a basis to look at and see what all areas on that star do you have. Do you have what their strengths are? Do you have what supports they're going to need? What technology they could use to better support them? Have you explored the different eligibility stuff, and you know what community places are there, and using that as a networking tool to get it out to everyone else. And then for service coordinators, absolutely, it's, you know, the LifeCourse tools are no longer a piece of paper. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of planning. For service coordinators, you can use it for transition age, for retirement age, for, you know, how to budget money and personal spending, and what steps you need to take to find your own home. There are a lot of different ways that you can use it. It's just, you can customize it in all different ways.
I would use that whole employment and daily life booklet that we're talking about, and I would also use the experiences and questions booklet to really go through every aspect of their life and come up with a goal for each life domain.